Team pick.
Crystal Maiden.
They're on the top. They're playing. There you have team named they're going up against on the Dire side. Frankly, a team of players not too familiar with across the board. But back to Quincy crew. SUMAIL, he is their position 1 player. CC&C their position 2. And Yowar's actually moved to position 3 for this lineup. You got MSS and SVG, remaining. Of course, rounding it out. But that's also the curious thing to see how this plays out.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Admiral Konka.
Well, the draft is underway, and we got a Crystal Maiden Kunkka coming out for Quincy crew. On the other side, it was a first pick Mirana. I've had the chance to do some casting last week or a couple of weeks ago even for a WePlay tournament that was taking place. So getting an idea of maybe what to expect within the meta going into this tournament. And Mirana is certainly one of the more hyped heroes right now. She did receive that slight nerf in the patch that came out this last week, but still clearly a very valuable pickup.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Yeah, you kind of referenced the bans as well. You got heroes like Night Stalker, certainly another one that is very popular right now. Kunkka is definitely another one of these very versatile picks as well. Picked up by Quincy crew. I mean, this is it's Kunkka. We could see him as a support ultimately. We could see him in the off lane. We've definitely seen. We could see him mid lane. So, very versatile pick here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Bane pairing up with Mirana. I talk about classic and very good pairing combos. This hero sets up the arrow very easily and a solid support hero. Now, not your go-to support hero a lot of the time, but again, when you talk about the synergy of these two, it certainly makes.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Quincy crew thinking of their 5th ban, and then what will be their 3rd pick to follow, remaining. Of course. Going to be happening right here, so you figure if it's especially going to be a mid Kunkka, and still need their position 4. Pick. Come to mind, MSS. He plays a plethora of heroes, of course, a very versatile player himself, I feel like. He's even overplaying heroes like Puck, come to mind, in that position 4 role, so certainly has a wide range.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So again, this is going to be Group B coverage. Here today we got these 2 teams in it. We also have Team Demon Slayers. You got Costabao, Francis Lee, and several others on that roster right there. You have Fighting Pepegas, of course, with Eternal Envy. You got Eternal Envy, Brile, Moomy, Inner Sneaking, and Aoi 2000. And then you have, Team Plus. Rounds it out right there. You look at players like Sammy Boy Jenkins, God Z. So to give you an idea, I know obviously with a lot of these roster changes happening, it's hard to keep up sometimes, but those are the 5 teams that are in Group B that will be having coverage throughout today and tomorrow. Jakiro going to be the third pick, though, for
10
Quincy Group.
seconds remaining.
Third spot, so yeah, I would assume that's going to be the
5
hands of
seconds
MSS here,
remaining.
more position 4 than a Crystal Maiden, right?
Radiant team pick.
Ogre Magi!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
That Aphotic Shield's going to be huge this game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, that's team named, having to think about going up against the bat and support, or again, we'll see where it ends up actually. And that, you think so? Okay. All right,
Radiant
yeah, again, you
team
are that
back.
off lane. It's a slightly different
Faceless
role for
Void.
him, so intrigued to see how that all works out for him and who he ends up playing here. Faceless Void. This is a core hero that probably one of the more go-to right now, is safe to say, so not surprising to see it picked up in that 4th spot for Team Nick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Just to clarify, it's kind of funny, people in chat are going, who's this English co-caster with him? I can't figure it out. It is Mini, is what he goes by. He's old school with
Dire team back.
Mini Dota TV is your Twitter, yeah. Definitely. Okay. That's good. That's good to hear. So definitely check it out, guys. Yeah, he of course, Minnie and I go back. I know people, cringe when I say this, but back to the Han days, way back when. But we're
10
heavily involved in the
seconds
Dota
remaining.
2 scene now, and obviously very grateful for it and excited
5
to
seconds
continue along
remaining.
Dota 2. Yeah, always play again. The new season is here. I had the chance, like I said, to catch about a week ago, the We Play event, but before that, it was really the TI qualifiers, and then we had that long break. Obviously, TI itself, but it was a break from casting, so it almost hurts a little bit. But now with the new season starting, back into it and ready to go once again, strong. And I love the format this year. I think it was so smart to combine the major and the minor qualifiers together, spreading it out. So maybe a little bit less content to cover overall, but it makes it that much more impactful with the one event. So I'm definitely hyped for it.
Dire team pick.
Excited to kick it off here with NA.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And again, NA guys, 3 slots. That's a whole other conversation for another time, really. But they got 3 slots for the major, so that on top of then, of course, the 1 slot for the minor. So 4 of these teams, 4 of what's 10 teams
Radiant
competing in these
team
qualifiers are going to be going to either the
the
major
spirit.
or the minor. So obviously, pretty good chances right there. But You know, I think it's for good reason. There's certainly some great competition right now in North America competitive Dota. And Quincy Crew is, of course, one of the more expected teams. But what a finish to this draft. We had an Ember Spirit, then the Wraith King snap pick to finish things off. And we got our lineups now. So they go with the Wraith King. SUMAIL queues up on it. There you go.
Ten seconds remaining.
Absolutely, you know, he's been maybe out of the game as a player, but of course he's always been behind the scenes coaching especially, and he's still being certainly heavily involved when it comes to the analysis side. And so yeah, not surprising to see a strong draft coming out. And that kind of takes me to team named in their draft. And I'm also trying to clarify, is that an offlane ogre or not with their play? I assume it is, and it looks like Shu is their offlane player. Yeah, so it will be the offlane ogre Magi. Ember Spirit in the hands of Romjek, and that is their mid player, of course. So obviously, boy, there you go. It's tough sometimes, yeah. It is. At least my nuts isn't playing right now. So. All right, so we see a blacksmith over. Now, or hopefully, pre-session. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is game one. Okay, so again, to clarify what this format is all about, so it's groups. There's 5 teams in each group. We're covering Group B throughout today and tomorrow. It's best of 2, so you all play 2-game series against one another. So you do the math. That's 8 games total for each of the teams. At the end of it, the top 2 teams from each group advance on to the major playoff stage, so that's 4 teams in total, where then 3 of those 4 teams will qualify for the major, and they play like a double elimination format of sorts. The 3rd place team advances on to the minor qualifiers, and the 4th place team plays against the 4th place team from each group will play best of the 3 to decide who advances to the minor as well. So they play the other 4th place team as well. So it's a unique format. It's definitely a slightly different format than what we've seen in the past. The point is, you obviously, you get top 2, you're in a pretty good spot to go to the major out of the group stages. So every game's very important. You only have 8 games in total. You definitely want to keep those wins coming.
The battle begins.
Fire Blast, Ogre. It's not an easy target. He's got that stout shield and protection around. The arrow flies right on through. And now we'll call him Jabs over here on Bane. He's trying to run. Now the Wraithfire Blast coming up in 2 seconds. There's the slow, and in comes the Wraithfire Blast. Got more auto attack should do. That's a waste. Is it? Yeah, okay.
First blood.
He tried. SPG gets first blood though, and back into the laning phase we go. So that's not what I'm pressed. The hack's turned off. The bounty room control, it was a 2 for 2. Split, and then the first blood for the Radiant. Slight advantage for Quincy.
This reward
And that's, of course, favoring Quincy crew, but not very familiar with the Star Squad over here. I know Grand is in chat. Shout out to him as always, and I'm sure he's a bit familiar with some of these players, so perhaps can give us some insight there. But also, I noticed he's in chat because now they're supposed to be casting the EG series up over there from Group A. However, their opponents ended up forfeiting, apparently, and being told, I guess, a couple of the players from the other team, they were actually traveling from somewhere, weren't able to make it in time for that first match. So unfortunate, but EG does get a forfeit 2-0 victory there with their first match. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer today. In fact, their second match, they play Zalato, full Mexican squad. That should be a good one, but EG will say they follow up their forfeit victory. That's over on Group A, though. I believe that's, I don't know if that's going to be the main stream or number 2, but either way, we're covering Group B on the stream here. Yeah, exactly. I mean, EG's gonna win it all in Group A, whatever. But you got Fighting Pepegas, you got Quincy crew. No, it's both groups are certainly gonna be.
Nobody wins.
All right, so I'm peeing apparently timeout here to start. But how's that mid match going? Kunkka 9-2, Ember Spirit 9-1. It's a. What about the Ember Spirit pick, though? Kind of going back to their draft, and it's whenever you have a Faceless Void, it's like, how much do they have to pump into those Chronospheres? And Ember Spirit, of course, isn't really a great addition to these Chronospheres.
A tool to teach. Thank you, peasant.
I think nautical.
That is ours.
Oh, you got SUMAIL getting pretty low at the bottom lane, but he got good protection from SVG, and Lucky deciding not worth the dive to go for the kill. So SUMAIL survives, and back to him. He's 8-3 now in the CS down here against Ogre, who's 6-0. So actually, neither core is really getting the best of farm. Of course, it's transitioned from the earlier trial, and Lucky's in trouble. SVG wants this kill. He already used the Crystal Nova. The auto attack goes off, and he finds it. So SVG essentially soloing Marana right there for the free kill. That ain't what you want to be happening if you're team named over here. Yeah, Jakiro versus Bane off to the side as a creep pull's taking place, but Jakiro's already level 3, and really at least a half a level, almost even a full level ahead of Bane right now. So again, top lane also going very well at batting. You mentioned Curse of Avernus, especially in this core role, pretty strong. Has the 2 points in Nephotic Shield now, but Yawar is essentially having free pharma up here. That was and middle lane. Okay, I mean, I got the bottom one, but Romjet goes down to the mid lane to a solo Kunkka. Yeah, that definitely should not happen.
Haste!
Obviously X coming into play right there, but yeah, I was kind of wondering maybe it was one of those Embers went for the kill himself, but it was very close. But no, Kunkka had plenty of life. Simply a misplay of sorts. But here comes a ship now. He dodges somehow. He cannot. He gets clashed in. SVG comes in for the freeze, and SVG will even take the nice kill secured right there as well. And that's brutal because Ember Spirit, I believe, just TP'd in as well. He's having to wait.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe trees. Oh! That's not gonna matter. Clutch. Oh, well. Just a support dead, so not the end of the world, of course, but a good attempt. Mariana will take it. 330 gold or so her way, but man, this mid lane level 6 Kunkka now versus level 4 Ember Spirit.
Are
Yikes.
fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm watching little top lane. Meanwhile, Bane, okay, he'll be fine. Yawar was just diving beyond the tower. He's pressuring Faceless Void at first. He time walked away, and again, Abaddon can do that. Oh, mid lane, yeah, missed. Or hit the arrow. Back to the top lane. Bane is in trouble this time. Aphotic Shield, explosion not even needed. Simply the auto attack to finish off MSS. Credit there, and Faceless Void is just going to hug the tower as much as he can. But yeah, you look at Abaddon's farm and how it compares to Faceless Void especially. Bane's coming back in. Just look at Yawar though in his positioning. He's not even level 6 yet. Another Aphotic Shield goes up. Marano's TPing in as Shu goes down at the bottom lane on the Ogre. Take advantage of the numbers being slightly in their advantage down there. And MSS though at the top. The Aphotic Shield comes out. Quincy now shows up, gets the stun on the WoW initially. They do get the kill on Jakiro there. Bane though in response. X pulls back Faceless Void though. No time lock. Means a kill for CCNC or Quinn as he's now going by. And there's the glow as well. Lucky. Ain't so lucky here. Can't get away. 10-2 now, favoring Quincy crew. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny because I had him on my podcast show that I just started recently. Again, our first guest here this last week, and he was going by CCNC. So I don't know if this is, like you said, if this is just for today or if this is the plan moving forward. If he wants to kind of rebrand there to Quinn, but I mean, I'll call it. I like to go by the in-game name usually. So yeah.
Regeneration.
Well, all those players have had their moments in the past. I'll put it that way, as far as you know, so some rage here and there. So maybe this, like I said, it's kind of a renewal. It's a rebrand and kind of going away from that. Understandable. So we'll call him Quinn. At least I will for now. Told otherwise. But wow, if the top lane, Faceless Void, he's gonna tap off in 2 seconds. He's silenced up though, and he was X'd anyways. There's just no chance. Even with Ogre TPing in, Marana coming, it cannot help in time. In fact, the Ice Path just out of range onto Ogre, so he'll run away. But they're gonna get an easy tower kill as well. This is a 6,000 net worth lead at 8.5 minutes. Pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's
I think this is their first official match. I wanted to bring that up earlier because, yeah, they did not play in the ESL event. I was looking at that, and that was really the only other tournament for this region that's taken place, I believe. Frame. So, yeah, their first official match. It's no doubt looking pretty good. Again, it's their opponents. They're somewhat unknown, so take it how you will, but their play certainly seems on point. We talked about the draft definitely there as well. And right now they are rolling over Team Name in game number 1. That's another kill onto Ogre. He cannot get away, and that's supposed to be a core Ogre, but it's his farm might as well be a support at this rate.
Top tower is under attack.
Going. The movement over here in the Dire jungle as well. Kunkka, he's already got an early earn. He's going for the full Spirit Vessel early on. Is that a make sense item to you for the Kunkka this game?
This'll come in handy.
Eight knots and full ahead.
well, going for it, Ember Spirit. He's trying to build simply his first bigger item. He's got Phase Boots, Bottle, Wraith Band. He's got a lot of this early build up, but he needs to get something like the Maelstrom or perhaps a different direction, but anything to help recover at this point in the game, because switching over that net worth, you see he's top on his team, but it's 4th overall, unfortunately, as all 3 cores. Poor Quincy Crew looking pretty good mid lane. SVG, he's held down by the Fiend's Grip. There's a TP coming in from Abaddon, but he cannot get there in time. So they get the kill on Crystal Maiden, and that should be the end of it, as Yuara's going to harass them a little bit with that early Vlad's pickup now. But a nice kill on a Crystal Maiden at least.
Under attack.
Oh, he tried. Yep. Might as well try.
You set sail for fail.
Core Abaddon is kind of ridiculous, especially with those Curse of Averna stacks and adding up like that. But Quinn, he's going in. He's going to be stunned up, but the Fog Shield comes in immediately. You also see the borrow time activated early from Abaddon. The freezing field, zoning them out. We'll call it big Chronosphere on 3 heroes. SVG's going to go down there. Hammer Spirit flying with the Remnants. Finally, we're out there with the Chronosphere. That one down goes Jakiro, so 2 are dead. But here comes SUMAIL. He shows up Jakiro with the buyback as well. And Quincy Crew wants to fight, but the fleeing attempt from Team Name. We got Hammer Spirit. Nice slide of fist. It's not going to be enough, though. Hammer Spirit eventually caught and killed off after the fact. SUMAIL, he finds another Mirana. She does not have any more leaps now. Got that buckler, has the Ring of Bacillus, so definitely a bit tankier, but ain't tanky enough. Double kill for SUMAIL, so he shows up and ends up with the 2 kills, and they are going to take out the tower in the end. So it looked half decent for Team Name. They're a big Chronosphere and everything, but that's just a case that they are so far behind the farm.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I have no clue, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Again, they're going to be picked up eventually, of course. This is not a team that's going to be left there without a sponsor, so they're just kind of a fun name for now, but I do not know the background behind it. Mid lane, Quinn tries to find Ember, but it's out just before. You can tell, though, it's the full map control, really, it feels like. You got the very deep wards already from the Radiant side that are taking place, so controlling the Dire jungle, at least on the top portion of the map. Team named. What of it? Yeah, he's got borrow time. Early, who's coming over? He is dead. I mean, it took 5 heroes coming together, but you know what? That's a good kill.
Vanish.
And anything can definitely happen. We've seen some crazy things before. You would hope for a team like this, albeit new, newly put together, is certainly going to have the composure, though, to realize, okay, we got a very big lead. Let's just, let's kind of finish the game now, so. But it's, Team Named is certainly, they're not giving up, so credit to them there for sure. They are still trying to make some plays. You've got the Moonlight Shadows play here, but unfortunately, Bane finding a little too many heroes. And that means the end of him, most likely. So he's going to be X back. He'll be the distraction. The very underfarmed Bane is going to be picked off by Quinn. There's a 5-0-3 on the Kunkka. He already got the Spirit Vessels we talked about. He's going to go to the Shadow Blade next. So wants that extra way to catch you now, especially on somebody like an Ember Spirit. Makes sense there. You have a Yule's being built by Ember Spirit. Certainly a nice safety net tool for him, but even that's still a bit away, and that's really still going to be his first big item.
Oh, bounty!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Saw Radiance being built by Wraith King. Is this really the expected build? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, play a hard hero like Phantom Assassin or
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm more intrigued about Yoar, to be honest, because that to me is definitely even a bigger transition from mid/safe lane to the off lane role. But obviously you got Ramses doing the same thing for Evil Geniuses too, so it's
Radiant's
several
top
have
tower
and
is under attack.
yeah. It's odd. It's certainly a little bit odd, but Jabs gonna be found here. The freezing field comes out, canceled immediately though. SVG's in trouble. SUMAIL still running though. He's got his reincarnation, worst case, so he's feeling ballsy here. Bane buys back. That Moonlight Shadow's making it an issue for Quincy Crew, but SUMAIL's still hanging around as if he wants to fight this. Chronosphere over here to the left. Kunkka's caught by it. It's a kind of a zoning Chronosphere. The sleep onto SUMAIL, but it wears off. Now comes the shield as well. This Kunkka is an absolute beast of a tank. And especially with the backup of the bat, and they kill Mirana. She's going to go down as well, and that's why Quincy Crew is so confident. Again, goes back. They know they have the numbers advantage right now as far as gold goes, and these are just three beefy targets: Kunkka, a bat and core, and a Wraith King.
Fire and ice.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has Dire's top tower.
Wraith King has the Hand of Midas. Gonna use it right there with, of course, the Radiant's finished. So his net worth looking pretty, nearly doubling the top net worth on the other side, and that's just one way to explain how Quincy Crew is so far ahead right now amongst many. That's a bloodlusted tower, but they don't care. Gonna beat down the tier 3 tower anyways. Mirana's caught by the Wraithfire Blast, caught by the Ice Path to follow, and no chance to get out there for herself, so
Dire's
much.
tower has fallen.
Why would they stop now? You got not only just these beefy targets, but you have essentially 2 lives on yours like a bat and Wraith King as well, so yeah, God, this draft, especially with the cores, it is ridiculous.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it very makes sense against the Faceless Void. It goes back, I think you even talked about that too, but just the idea is like you have this long cooldown in the Chronosphere to catch people, but if you use it on a Wraith King or even a Batten, it really doesn't accomplish a whole lot if you're ultimates are on cooldown. I mean, we kind of see like going at SUMAIL, but yeah, he doesn't even die anyways.
Dire's middle tower is
Gonna be hit by the sap, but comes right back up, of course, because welcome to Wraith King. Bane is soon after gonna fall as well. He's out for 50 seconds now. That is a dieback. So Quincy Crew, they're not gonna leave. They're just gonna stay here until they throw in the towel. It feels like okay. As I say that, they leave, but their lead is pretty ridiculous right now.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, that's the best of 2. So no matter what, of course, you get that second chance. And
Are scanning.
so we figure Quincy Crew is one of the favorites, not only in this group, but certainly one of the 3 teams you would expect going into these qualifiers to really qualify in the end. But you got to get there. You got to get there. And so far in game 1, though, kick it all off. They are certainly looking pretty good. But Team Named, I go back to them, not giving up. They have faced this point with this Maelstrom. They're trying to find an opportunity. Chronosphere comes out. This is awkward. The ship's already coming out as well. He gets pulled back. He's lost a little more life than the Kunkka has. And he's just dead. Yeah, they're desperate, understandable, trying to make anything happen, and it ain't working.
Dire's top shrine
8
has
Norths
fallen.
and full ahead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The House of Ernest will disown me for that.
Yeah, it really feels like, whether it was or not, but it almost feels like the Mirana was a bit of a bait now by Quincy crew, as you know, with the Kunkka obviously being pretty good against her. You could argue Crystal Maiden as well with her freeze. Like these two, the first two picks for Quincy crew were a bit of a reaction to Mirana already. And I also look at the Faceless Void, and yeah, back to the ultimate cooldowns that they're dealing against, both the Reincarnation and the Borrowed Time. It's just so many reasons why this draft is just that much stronger than their opposition.
Monster kill! Like this. Monster kill!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, it starts with the landing phase, of course, and they perhaps are outmatched. It would be understandable. They are going to call the GG, but certainly try to adjust to that advantage of one of the lanes and try to work onto that, because this mid lane, I mean, we mentioned Ember Spirit actually was contesting pretty well against Kunk early on, but then the solo kill happened, and it's like, oh, well, never mind.
Dire are scanning.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Limpa as
under attack.
criaturas, não tem fortificação. Eles não vão se comprometer para defender essa estrutura. Deixa a torre cair, Lelis querendo pegar o nível 6, lá por cima APA contra o RDO. RDO nível 5, HF.
Dire team pick.
Broke. Don't question him, Kyle. Prevent you from casting spells. Silences, stuns. I didn't say it was the only thing that prevented you from casting spells. It does last the longest, and stamina is important. Yes, endurance is good.
10 seconds.
Sorry, all I'm thinking about, I played a bunch of games with Slacks earlier,
5 seconds remaining.
and he called Skywrath Mage something, and I can't remember what it was. It was like a loveless chicken or something like that. And my it was a chicken with the Canada flag. Yeah. So, do you ever like think, have one of those existential moments where you're just like, wow, like, why the hell am I who I am? Like, it wasn't on purpose. But like, if I had choice over it, I feel like it would have been somebody different. I mean, I can understand why you think that, yeah. I'm like,
10 seconds.
yeah. But no, that thought doesn't go through my head, Kyle, because I am who I am. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Please talk about Totem. Help. What do you mean?
I just noticed you can really see Undying's toe in good detail. Like, I'm like, what is that? You can see the details of his toenails. I didn't know Undying had toenails.
Oh, God, has got a fixation for feet. Oh, no. Anyway, back to the whole existential crisis conversation since Dota isn't working. Guys, get me out of here. Why is there a Lich? You just went from great, really great meta hero to bad meta hero and a 1-2 pick.
Kyle, you've been playing lots of Dota lately. You've been talking about you've been playing support. Are you not? Are you a Lich player? 5-position Lich?
Is it because of all the changes to Chain Frost?
Lich is better because of his ultimate getting buffed. However, the armor has been nerfed. It's still solid. Why are you giggling?
Cap was baiting you. His ultimate was not buffed.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I was saying it.
I was like, trying to double up.
No, because I said the changes to his ultimate, and then I watched Kyle scroll through the wiki changelog, found it, then was able to come out with an exact list of, well, here's what got buffed, and here's what got...
I actually knew that. Thank you very much.
I honestly did not remember that, so I'll come out and say it without you guys putting me on the spot. What was changed about Lich?
His ult's just better. The cooldown's... I think the cooldown scales differently. Okay. But it's 250 a bounce, 10 bounces, and the move slow is insane now, 65%. And 65 attack slow.
You back?
If you get all the bounces off, like it's 2,500 damage in your level 1 ultimate. Like, that's insane. And whenever you have heroes like Void, obviously you're going to have the opportunity to get good bounces.
This is on paper, a great anti-mage game. Like,
yes.
Lich, Skywrath. I mean, Void, if you jump in, burn his mana, he's kind of useless without the Chronosphere. Same time, Void AM could go Void's favor if there's like he gets the physical damage to kill AM. You've got some catch, but
you also have enough magic damage to kill him.
If you lock him down.
There's just not enough magic resistance in the world against Skywrath Mage. That hero just so
level 25 AM.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That might be enough.
I really, this is the downside of picking your 2 supports this early, especially when they're both like, I don't want to say they're both 5 positions, because Sky's is a 4, but they're both the same archetype. High magic damage, very squishy. Now you pick a Sand King because you need setup, and all of a sudden you effectively have 3 supports that are all not able to deal with Anti-Mage. In lane, throughout the game, you might be killing, but there's a timing now where the AM just kind of wins you the game. Unless you last pick what I imagine might be like an Ember Spirit here, with OD banned out by Adfinum.
If they want to not let the AM just 1v5 them, when they need something a bit like that can do tower damage maybe, or is that just not a concept as much?
Maybe you just go TA if that's the case. It's a pretty good TA game. I just like Ember more because you actually can't die in this game. But at the same time, your issue is that you don't really have the tools to deal with a 3-slot AM still, and that's troublesome.
Let's go Aghanim Zabaddon. Let's see it. 4th item. Sick counter to Faceless Void. It bodies
5 seconds
bodies Void in lane if you have if you have an even support matchup. I don't know. Was it Wyvern Abaddon? Yeah, you could probably still body that matchup.
Unless they want to full on trialing to make sure AM has a game. That could also be a possibility.
It's such a... You can't. Then they just pull the Undying up, and you have Lich Skywrath.
So Lich was a bad pick. Yeah.
I'm saying Adfinum might trialing with their AM. Like if they may not help the Abaddon because AM is kind of their win condition in this game. So they just give him if they just trial him with him, it might just win them a game. But Abaddon's also not a hero that really cuts waves easily.
Templar
and farms them.
And we went to the TA. It's just your typical. It's a limp hero, first of all, and second, it's just a win condition. You can get ahead. You deal with the anti-mage, and at some point, you can hopefully win your team the game. I'm just concerned. This whole lineup of Alliance, they don't have the Bruiser. There's no unit. There's no thick boy. There's nobody that can actually run in. Whereas SSA Spartan, Skylark, they're just going to charge forwards. It makes it very easy for Thug, for Madara to find some support in the backline, immediately kill them, and now they don't have the damage to actually execute during a Chronosphere. Do you agree?
You offset the thick boy advantage with the fact that you have like stronger initiation, and that initiation is a guaranteed kill. Right? Like Sand King, Skywrath Mage.
10 seconds.
You know, it's just like one of those guaranteed combos. So yeah, you're not gonna have like that kind of front line, but you are gonna have a Blink Dagger Sand King who will find his opening somewhere. You know, one hero past the Abaddon to blow up. But I do think the Abaddon was like a really sick hero.
To me, Adfinum's lineup, like outside the AM, just feels like it's kind of lackluster and has a lot of gaps. Obviously, the AM kind of pulls it together because it just turns into this 4 protect 1 or 4 create space for AM to carry the game. But you know, Alliance early, mid game can just run over them theoretically, potentially.
That sounds.
I think I like Alliance. I like what they've done. I think this TA pick is the right idea. It gives them Roche, gives them towers. They'll get the Blink Death, so they'll just play super fast.
Yeah, it's also comfort heroes for all of the players. Like, this is a new team, of course, but 3/3 Sand King, yeah, every day. Limp TA, one of his 3 best heroes. Nico Baby Void, probably the best Void at TI, obviously an expert. Hanskin on the Skywrath, and then Fada, new to the 5 position. How hard is it to play Lich, really?
It's harder than it used to be. We've got a few more spells.
That's true.
No, I think it's legitimately like a medium difficulty 5 position now.
But Dota says he's the 1 difficulty.
Huh?
Dota says he is easy. Because you can search heroes by difficulty level, and he's easy.
Five seconds remaining. Team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got game number 2. Again, best of 2s all throughout the group stages, so 2-game series. That means we got a 1-0 lead right now for Quincy Crew. We'll see if they can get their maximum points, or if Team Named can pull what would certainly be a bit of an upset. But that game 1, definitely in the books for Quincy Crew. From the draft just to play throughout, as the expected looked very clean. So it's going to be a lot of work for Team Named. We'll they're up for it. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Minnie once again, co-commentator. Welcome back.
Dire team ban.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun to reference every once in a while, because there are certainly trends that come out, in these bigger tournaments especially, that you notice throughout the later round event. It's the winning teams more so picking. But speaking of that first pick, Quincy Crew, the heroes that were picked last game early are banned this time, no surprise. Mirana banned by them. The Kunkka ban coming out from Team Name.
10 seconds remaining.
Reaction.
Radiant team pick.
Left open a couple of heroes, including this one. I was going to say, Enchantress was one of the banned heroes last game. They'll take it for themselves first pick. That's a Bane response. No, Mirana was banned.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Earth Shaker.
Radiant team ban.
I am curious about the Bane pickup. I go back to, mentioned last game, it's good synergy with a hero like Mirana. I suppose this game, good setup for a Splitter Stone from Leshrac, but is that really a reason to pick up a hero like Bane?
Ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
team named. Yep, really likes it with that first pick of it. The Leshrac follow-up, another hero that you talk about diversity and certainly can end up in several different roles that comes to in the end. Of course, it gets a hero like Enchantress. Leshrac not really as concerned about that untouchable, and why maybe it picked up as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, there's a reason, SVG, you talk about his coaching history, of course, for Evil Genius specifically. A team like that, putting trust in a player, you certainly
10 seconds
expect their decisions and expecting some strong drafts throughout even this whole season. And goes back to a strong start, no doubt. Juggernaut, the third pick, though, for team name. Just always kind of a solid option in that core position is what they go with. Whenever you see a Juggernaut, I feel like a Magnus has to come to mind as well. And Magnus is still available.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ogre Magi!
Yep, some flashbacks to last game. Again, they had the Ogre as well, and goes back to just a solid laning hero. It could be an option of a support Ogre this game, I suppose, but would maybe lean towards more of the off lane here so far. But yeah, it's up to them.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Faceless Void.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OD. OD. They're going to ban Sniper and pick OD here. For Quincy, yeah. No, I would say ban the Sniper and pick OD for Quincy crew.
Dire team pick.
Ban something else.
Radiant team pick.
Oh. Definitely looking for a hero who can, dish big damage into those chronospheres. That's why OD especially in mine, but Pugna certainly does that.
Ten seconds remaining.
Imber Spirit.
You may now select your heroes.
Yep. Check. He queues up on it, so shaping up to be the mid-ember. It is going to be a supporting cast of Bane Leshrac. and will be the offlane ogre once again. So, team named, they do have some similarity from the previous game as far as the draft goes. You know, it's, I look at this and I do think it's maybe a little bit stronger. It's not as countered.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ooh. How about this mix-up here? Quinn on the Earthshaker and MSS on the Pugna. Did not see that coming. Huh, so the matchup, they just not like the Pugna versus Ember Spirit then? Yeah, it's nothing wrong with the core shaker. You know, mid shaker we have certainly seen before. You can get the earlier ags especially, and you really get to start moving, putting lockdown on people. And somebody like this Ember Spirit certainly is powerful again. So yeah, it's that is a good point though with the dodging and the other blast. I mean, it took them a while to queue up on those heroes, so I'm sure they were talking it out, and maybe it was Quinn's opinion that you just didn't like the matchup enough, so why not go for the change there? So that's what we have. Yawar, he is playing the offlane Enchantress, as you saw right there as well, so not surprising.
This reward transcends expectation. This reward transcends expectation.
To clarify, I know it's been a bit of a meme in chat, but I'm fairly certain this is not the same Jabs from a Southeast Asia competition over there in Fnatic Squad, so. Well, I mean, obviously it's even spelled the same, and so I was like, you know, it's understandable to do a double take there, but according to Wikipedia, it's a player named Solitude, who's apparently even from Sweden. So, yeah, I don't know why we see a Jabs, you know, tagged up big dick boy and like that, so I don't know what that's about, but it's, according to Wikipedia at least, that's what we're looking at. Is Jabs, what, is he still, yeah, he is still a part of Fnatic, okay. Confirming that there, obviously roster shuffle going on, you never really know right now, but yeah, he is still a part. Oh no. Oh no. Fanboying in the moment. Yeah, I guess. I doubt it's gonna work, but you know what? You're right.
Thanks.
If you ever get in the game with SUMAIL, then you just ask him to... Did he really just pause to add him?
How'd that happen? What the?
Actually, he actually... Now, I'm hoping this is just a tech issue and not actually the reason why he paused the game. Oh boy. All right. So yeah, team named one of the four teams that had to go through the open qualifiers to get here, and looking at.
I love winning.
Yeah. Right. That's. Four heroes down here. Send Ember Spirit with them as well, and they smoke on up, so trying to make a play, see if they catch Enchantress would be a little interesting to jump, especially with their positioning right now. Says, how about the first item, Ring of Basilius? Earth on top of the spin.
First blood in flames.
I love winning!
Yes, totally. That jabs, except not. They're gonna get the bounty runes though down here, and that means on the top side though, Quincy crew will make sure to position themselves appropriately and take the other bounty runes. So we'll be the 2-for-2 split once again. And into the laning phase we go about. As you mentioned, 3 heroes currently down here for team named. We'll see if that sticks or not. Farm guaranteed for Juggernaut. Sounds like a pretty good plan. You see the mid lane off the bat. The Enchant Totem comes down, and Earthshaker already putting the pressure onto Ember Spirit. Of course, he doesn't have the Aftershock yet, but still in trouble. Enchantress takes the sleep, but MSS is a couple auto attacks away from death, and they do get the kill. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know what that was about, but this is the slight issue with, you might like the mid matchup more now, but now you have a supporting Pugna. This bottom lane, yeah, they don't have that Earthshaker to bring a stun to block off these gank attempts. It's, you got a Pugna and an Enchantress who bring pretty much no crowd control to the table.
I love winning!
Once we actually get going here again. While we're in the pause, talk about our schedule to come. Our next match is set to be the Fighting Pepegas. That's the Eternal Envy squad. And we got Brian, Mumi, and Sneaking and Aoi 2000. They're going up against Team Plus, players like Sammy Boy Jenkins and God Z, as well as Yamsun and Sonic. Their full roster. Yeah. Team Plus actually was one of the invited teams. Yeah, that's they're one of the rosters. I was actually I'm gonna say I was surprised to see them invited, especially compared to everyone else. But they got a solid roster. Heyo. Well, I mean, this one, of course, in Quincy crew, and again, I want to see them, frankly, more against, like, Fighting Pepegas or Team Plus, for that matter, but this team here, and then, on that note, Fighting Pepegas. I'm actually, because going back to the podcast, which, by the way, is called the Wombo Combo, you can check it out. We do it live every... Follow me on social media for other information. I co-casted with, yes, I'm Break CBK, there you go. I co-casted with the one and only Banana Slam Jamma, BSJ, so he's my co-host there. But back to the point, both him and I, we're not the most I don't want to say excited, but I'm not the most anticipating of this team doing very well. Now, I will say they quickly shut me up is because they qualified for ESL right off the bat, defeating, I believe it was J-Storm even, in those grand finals. So they are off to a great start there. We certainly, I mean, there's no doubt that the skill is definitely there for a team like Fighting Protagonist. It's just a matter of, as the season goes on, you know, how will they stand together, but I would love to see them do well, if anything, just for Moon Meander and see him succeed as a player, because I've always been a huge fan of his, of course. Yeah. Didn't he announce? I want to double check this now. Didn't he announce recently that he's getting married? Actually, yes, I believe so. She said yes. Yeah, I was double checking. It's back in early September. Okay, there you go. So congratulations to him there. Obviously, a good start to this season and a solid squad. So maybe this is the. Yeah, gotta pay for the wedding somehow. Gotta win some majors. I guess getting to the majors. Yeah, so obviously still in the pause right here, but again, the format it's a little funky. It's a little bit different than what we're used to, but if you finish top 2 in your group, you advance on to the major playoff stage, where then, in the case of NA, because there's 3 teams that qualify, essentially you're 3 of 4 teams that will be qualifying. So all you need to do is really win 1 series, and you actually will qualify from. So easier said than done. Obviously that'll be tough competition at that point too, but that's what we're looking at. If you finish 3rd place, you go to the minor qualifier, double elimination playoffs, and if you finish 4th place, you play the other 4th place team to see who advances on the minor play. There you go. And it's also even a little bit more important this first cycle, because in Europe, obviously a lot of the big dog teams. You have OG, the ex-Liquid squad, you have Team Secret, and LGD actually as well. As none of those 4 teams are playing in these first set of qualifiers. Yeah, you could argue that, or I guess they were, yeah. So there's a lot of points and money on the line for anyone that does qualify for the a bit more open, so. I'm kind of going through the other qualifiers as well to see how. Well, that's I was kind of just getting an idea of how the other regions are shaping up, and CIS to me is one of the most intriguing regions, just because of now Virtus Pro for the last 2 years or plus even has just been the dominant team, but that really isn't the case anymore. It's a pretty open region, especially at the top, and Gambit, Na'Vi, Virtus Pro, Hellraisers. I mean, these are all squads that definitely can be the best in that. Sure. Yeah. I know, it's gonna take a couple months to get used to that for sure. It's when you say alliance, you just automatically go to Insania, Mickey, and that crew. But not anymore. Yeah, the new alliance squad is certainly very good. Nico Baby, of course, the carry. He's coming hot off TI9 and his success there, so that should be a fun team. No, Secret has not officially given their raw. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things, how they mentioned they're not playing this first cycle. Like every other team, I know LGD said that they're good. OG said that their roster is, good minus maybe tops and taking a break or whatever. X Liquid said that they're good. Just break. Secret's the only one, if I believe, that we just don't know 100%. Yeah. Who was it? There was one rumor, the same guy that guessed the Quincy stack right away, or like found that out right away, also said something about mid one being removed from Secret and somebody replacing him. I can't. I'm sure he's some inside guy that, whether people knowingly give him information or not, yeah, it's. Maybe it's just Ice Frog himself, just wants more drama on the scene, why not get people talking? I don't know, it makes for some fun conversation, if anything. But yeah, no, that's again, this is all speculation, so not to make anything as a real, yeah. Not official talk going on here, but that is some rumors certainly I've heard about. People are saying they can't hear you in Dota TV, by the way. I don't know if you've turned that on or not.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Team 1. The mic is on. So for those that are listening in game, I'll get my co-caster to turn on his mic. Yes, it's team. Billions even.
I love winning.
I'm watching Alliance versus Ad Phenom right now on one of my other monitors. Playing right now. Yep, minus who? Minus Thug is playing the off lane now. I know that. Who are they minus? Sky. Oh wait, they are back to. It's a Skylark, so it is back to their main roster. Okay, because the WePlay tournament, they actually were playing with Focus. So yeah, they were playing with Focus in the 2, and then Thug was their 3. But according to Wikipedia now, actually, so they're actually Skylark is the 3, and then Thug's the 2. Skylark's back at the 2. Okay, I guess so. It is the full Ad Phenom squad from the Boston Major then, if that's cool. Yeah, how are they doing? They are. This is Ad Phenom tied against NIP, so they split the series against NIP, it looks like, and now they're playing Alliance. The new Alliance squad. Yeah. Well, there you go there. Oh no, as Well, as I said when that roster first left the team, I made the tweet out. I'm just like, they have to have some legitimate organization that they're looking to join for this week, because they wouldn't just randomly drop the team. Or again, the players are the ones that decided to leave, so they wouldn't just randomly leave that organization for how prestigious it is and what they've done for them and everything. But when and people started guessing Liquid, so it wasn't that well-kept secret, and sure enough, Liquid wasn't out. It's like, okay, that to me makes a lot of sense as to why they made the decision. But yeah, Alliance, I wasn't worried that they wouldn't get a team. They certainly got a solid one there. All right, we're finally back.
Tonight.
Very deep right here. Comes to sleep though. There you go. Split Earth and Enchantress. It's just like, I'll just farm over here while you die. Nothing I can do. Oh, neutral deny would have been something. Yeah, I'm not gonna overhype it. I mean, I do think you look at both faces, Void and especially mid lane too, and Earthshaker. It is going very well for those lanes for QuickDrew. But that's one thing we did say in the last game. You know, at least win one of the lanes if you're a team named. So I suppose that's what they certainly do have going in the case of the Juggernaut, and seeing how he can accelerate. But now you kind of bring up the question of, all right, you've already got a couple of kills. Do you keep both of these supports still down here? They are gonna go for it again. Oh, the switching back and forth. Oh, yeah, very well played by Quincy Crew to avoid the stun there in the end. That was a fun execution, so they avoid it.
Sproink!
Yeah.
Earthshaker first.
Uh-oh. Oh, awkward. Jabs will be back up quickly, and they're ready to TP back into the lane, but slight misplay there as far as the timing goes. And back in top lane. Shu, he'll be fine. Just a dual breath hitting, but Faceless Void helping to zone him out and go back to that CS, who's now 24-6. So SUMAIL doing very good again, essentially free farm there, and then back to the Earthshaker mid, 24-10 versus a 12-3 Ember Spirit. So this change up here, going from Pugna to Earthshaker mid instead, certainly paying off for Quincy Crew.
You're only making it worse.
Well, that was interesting right there. Okay, he is dead. Well, I was watching, it's funny, I was watching Bane actually. He actually popped a smoke, and it turned out it didn't actually go off because Pugna was right on top of him with the Invis rune, so he was trying to wrap around, maybe help, but yeah, Ember Spirit just gets run down by the Earthshaker, and Earthshaker's almost level 6 now, a couple more creep kills, and he will be level 6. He even avoids the Split Earth right there. 5-minute bounty rune's coming out. Oh, never mind. Actually, Jabs was able to pick up that one on the other side, so ends up being the 2-for-2 split. But yeah, this Earthshaker is definitely getting out of hand. And I mentioned earlier, you know, the idea, does he go even straight Ags? Could you see that, or will we see more of the Blink build? Enchantress, Edict ticking down as well. MSS was able to get away, and so is Yawar, but they both are lower on life. May have to pop a shrine. But back to Juggernaut, he continues to get that free farm, though, thanks to the supporting cast and zoning them out. Top lane, we got bashed on top of the dual breath, and this might be the death of him. Gonna avoid the ice path, nice stick charge, and he is good, so well played there. Too much damage. Another enchant totem and gets the kill.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oof, he's gonna have face boots already, and back to again the Ember Spirit. It's unlike last game. At least last game he had a slightly good start and then got killed early on, but this time around, a couple of deaths. Already was behind in CS. Take a look at the net worth now. No surprise to see him all the way in 5th place, even behind the offlane Enchantress in this game. But gonna need to recover. SUMAIL going on the top lane as we do have another pause coming out. But oh, look at this, interesting. Pausing for them because Juggernaut's just sitting here. There's a wraparound. Thought earlier he was dead too. Alright, SUMAIL, calm down. We know you're the go and everything, but you really need that.
Fury!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, has that information with just a solo faceless void. He feels more fine, of course, but speaking of mid lane, they're coming in. This Bane is in no man's land. Trying to just get some solo experience, and that means the death of Bane is only level 3. It's just, yeah, they're not going to let you freely soak up in that experience there.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Jug is going the early drums as mid lane SVG is trying to run. Edict is up. SVG will tick down, so good chase there. Not much more that Ember Spirit, or excuse me, that Hugnut could do, but top lane, that's where Quinn was. I was wondering where he went. And he was up here at the top lane making a play on Juggernaut. He's got Echo Slam if needed, but of course it's not. And he walks him down for a couple of auto attacks to finish the job. So good rotation from Quinn despite what happened mid. They got the tower already. He rotates, kills the carry on the other side, and is going to pick up more farm up there. So Juggernaut is going to be delayed even a little bit now, despite his solid early farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think so. Oh, did I do that?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Watch a mid lane. MSS is just walking away this whole time. He put the Decrepify up to slow him down, and despite another slight coming out, he's going to survive this. In fact, SUMAIL, he doesn't want a chrono just for Bane, but he says, all right, why not? Let me just secure this kill. Gets a bash and the final auto attack.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane. Wrong check. He could be in trouble. He's going to come back into an ice path. No Echo Slam from Urshik. I thought it might have been coming out there. Better of it, though. Spirit being elusive, makes his way out and back into the jungle to farm. You see the 3 heroes up here for Team Name continuing to push that top lane. Meanwhile, bottom lane, how about that? Juggernaut gets the bottom tower, but it is going to come at a cost. Quinn just walks on up to him, presses R, and shortly after gets the kill. So yeah, he was tanking the tower, I'm guessing, for a while. That's why he was a little bit lower on life. MSS. SVG nearby, Ice Path, it's out of range. And now Quinn shows up, so yeah, he has to respect that, and he doesn't have a flame guard anymore either. Now Romjack, he's just trying to survive at this point. There goes the fissure, a couple of auto attacks, he gets over the Ice Path. Perfectly placed from SVG, helps secure the kill. Macropar now comes down, Quinn's getting low, but they don't have the damage output to finish the job. Leshrek's out of mana now. He's got stick charges in 2 seconds, but Lucky gets bursted down by that Nether Blast, and now Shu, all he can do is walk away. Juggernaut wants back in, he's got his Omni Slash, but he cannot find the opportunity, so MSS not only survives, but Quincy Crew gets a couple of kills out of it even.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Faceless Void just casually farming off to the side as he's already got a Maelstrom finish now on top of the power tread, so SUMAIL certainly looking very good, and I'm almost a little surprised to see him on top of the net worth because obviously Quinn was having such an excellent start and was accelerating, but now you got the Maelstrom, so Faceless Void is taken off.
Juggernaut! Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't run off.
I don't know if he wants to fight this though. Yeah, 6-3 heroes here all of a sudden. In fact, he realizes that and also realizes he's just dead. Impetus. That'll do it. Yor takes credit. Ember Spirit, all he can do is kind of try to scare them, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
This is where Pugna is great, no matter the support role or Corey. He can push towers. Nether Blast good for that, and he does so at the bottom lane. Happens to have a free tower push and gets the kill. Mid lane, once caught at Macropar as well. SVG landed some nice ice paths this game, but oh wow, that Impetus hit. I wasn't even thinking about that. Jeez. Got him really low. Yor wants the finish as MSS is coming over as well. Decrep, does he have another blast? He does. The life drain, and it's not enough damage. Puts the slot at the last second. They're still running him down. He doesn't have his remnant, and they find him in the tree. So the chase is successful from Yor. Of course, with the assistance of MSS. Bane needs to be careful here. He is going to deward and walk away, so does have the last lap, I suppose. But meanwhile, top lane. Whoa, she was really deep. He gets taken out. No chrono even needed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All the support. It is having some flashbacks to last game, unfortunately, where it's, I mean, they combine together, they get a support come a Quinn. Uh-oh. Okay, he is seen by the sentry. He was hoping to run an Impress R. Top lane, there's the chrono. Couple of bash procs, Ice Path just in case. SVG. SUMAIL's pissed. That was his kill.
Radiant's top
This
tower
is,
is
again,
under
just a
attack.
rollover, though, from Quincy crew.
Radiant structures are
They're
fortified.
playing very well the draft. Again, maybe not as one-sided as the previous game, but certainly its strengths on the dire side.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Where are you going? My sprites are
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
hilarious. Don't run off.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
"16 minutes in, we almost have the axe finish on Earthshaker. He is
Radiant's top
40
tower
gold
is
away
under
or
attack.
so from completing it, so it's about a 16-minute axe, not too shabby. Back over here, SPG. He is found and he is killed. That's 4 heroes there for the
Radiant's
Radiant,
top
but
tower is under attack.
take what they can get, so take off.
Illusion.
Ember Spirit working towards those drums as mentioned. Juggernaut, of course, already has his, so definitely getting some combative items, realizing just how much action's happening in this game. Getting some items that'll ideally help them with all the set action, but you are. He's just farming pretty comfortably in their side, and yeah, he is in trouble. He is getting low. The life drain even coming out the sleep as well, actually, almost helping him to look like right there. And the turner with another blast. Leshrac is dead. Romjek went too deep for that kill. They do get it, but at what cost for the Radiant side? SUMAIL, he's charging in. He's got Chrono in 2 seconds. Juggernaut, he's still in trouble. You know SUMAIL's coming. He's got that Chrono as mentioned. Will they even need it? Probably not. There's a stun and a double kill for Quinn. Chrono, SUMAIL, do it. Yeah, you want this kill, man. The question mark comes out, but you know what? It's to complete it.
The ravages of time.
I was gonna say, that's where he just removes him from his friends list.
From the experts.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning.
Don't run off.
Yep, Ogre, you're dead, buddy.
Radiant's bottom
Jumped on
tower
and
is under
slammed
attack.
down into the ground,
Dire's
so
top
momentum
tower
is
under
all
attack.
Quincy crew. First pick Enchantress, they chose to not ban it this time around as, Juggernaut, that was
Dire's
close.
top tower is
Spin
fallen.
TP out though.
Radiant's middle tower is
Wearing
under
off in
attack.
time, so they'll just instead go for the tier 3 tower. But yeah, Yoar has been playing great on this Enchantress, but the Abaddon last game. And that to me was one of the more intriguing things with this lineup, but like I said, is seeing how he plays ultimately in that off-lane role, slightly different role, of course. And so far, looks like the whole team looking pretty good, and that looks pretty good too. That was one of those feel-good moments if you're an Earthshaker.
Radiant's middle tower
All comes together. Press that R button. Echo Slam feels
Radiant's
good.
middle barracks are under attack.
Monster kill. Reconstituted.
Not even
Radiant's
needed.
middle barracks are under attack.
They're gonna double buyback. Alright. Obviously doing what they can to hold right here. Last ditch effort for the Radiant Enchantress is probably gonna go down. So there you go. They got something out of it so far, and they want more. However, Juggernaut feeling it. He presses Omni Slash though. Quinn, he's gonna take the damage. Leaps away with the Enchant Totem. He has found that with a sleep. And there's a Fiend's Grip. SPG's kinda nearby, but he's not gonna risk it. That is 640 gold going the way of Ember Spirit, so one step at a time if your team named, and that's a bit of a climb back. But SUMAIL, he's got Chrono, he's ready. Time dilation off the bat. Just don't clump up if you're the Radiant. You know it's coming. The sleep on him as well. So Bane does go down, but SUMAIL wants more out of this. Is he gonna Chrono the Ogre? He's thinking about it. Is it worth it? He's gonna try to get some bash procs, being slowed down. There's one bash. Plus the tower. And eventually will be killed. Impetus hits.
Tower is under attack.
They're having fun now. This is that overtime.
Never refuse gold.
Good news for Team Named is that obviously this is just the first of 3 more series, I suppose, they get to play, so challenge off the bat. Only outmatched, though, as we've seen, and Leshrac goes down.
Radiant's courier.
Well, he got the bounty room. Yeah, this Bane is just, he's underfarmed. He's got boots. That's it. He's got a windlace as well, I suppose.
Thanks for trying. Don't run off.
Yeah, it's, if you're leaving your base, you're in trouble. If your team names. These 3 heroes all in trouble. Ogre Magi, he's going to be the one found. And the fissure just connects. This will cut up too. This is the pat statting game. Or stat padding game, wow. Statting. A new term that I just made up. No, the stat padding game though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's crazy attack speed.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Where are you going?
He wants to go in so badly.
Radiant's middle
But Chrono, he's thinking about it, and Enchantress going to be stunned up. There's TP coming in from Juggernaut.
Radiant's middle tower
He's just going to spin on top of them. SUMAIL will time lock away. They kill the tier 4s though. This person, he's out for a minute. There's that Chrono, he catches 2. Goes for the easy kill. Leshrac first, turns his attention to Juggernaut. Has also the Echo Slam back there, so it's making it look pretty all throughout. Quincy crew is victorious, and they will take the series 2-0.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Dire victory.
All right, well, that's going to do it.